guys, and welcome back to Couch Critics. I'm Lamia.
And I'm Ruby, and today we're reviewing Sinners.
Yes,
It's
finally!
Yay, yes. It's a vampire movie.
It's a medieval
Yes,
vampire
yeah.
movie.
And it was done by the same director as Black Panther.
Okay,
Yeah.
haven't watched that.
Yeah, it's the only Marvel movie that actually got nominated for an Oscar.
Really?
I don't know if it won, but yeah, it was, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
How did you hear about this movie?
I think through you, and also it came out at the same time as The Drop.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw a reel about how Sinners was doing so well,
Yeah.
and I thought to myself I should have watched this instead of The Drop, because The Drop was so funny.
Honestly, the trailer wasn't that promising. Like, when you see it, you just think this is okay, this is another horror movie that's gonna suck. But then there was just like so many reviews about it,
Yeah.
and everyone was saying that it was great. So I feel like this movie was like forced
Yeah.
on us. So
And everybody's also saying that it's one of the movies that did the best in 2025.
yeah.
Which
No,
is,
honestly, it's worth the hype. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it twice, and yeah, I had so much fun watching it. It's a long movie. It's a 3-hour movie, and I loved every minute
was it a
of
3-hour
it.
movie?
I think so. Like, almost.
Didn't even feel like it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, but
nice.
it's so original and it's so cool. And although they had, the very famous actors like
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, but it didn't feel like their usual roles. So I
Yeah.
felt like I was watching a character on screen, not the actor playing a character,
I
which is
100%.
what happens most of the time.
Yeah, and I also loved that it felt like all of the character had equal roles. Like, it didn't
Yeah.
feel like there was one character who was taking the whole place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked the movie, and it wasn't scary at all. I was worried about it, but then you told me it wasn't scary, so
Yeah.
I watched it, and
I loved the diversity in this movie. It was
Yeah.
very refreshing to see
Yeah.
some diversity in Hollywood, and it's a Warner's Bros.
Okay.
movie, and it feels like an A24 movie.
Yeah.
Definitely, with a
Yeah.
bigger budget than what A24 movies usually get.
Yes, and I also was surprised that it was a vampire movie, because I was like,
Yeah.
I thought we were over vampires, and it just felt out of place in my
Yeah.
head, because I feel like the hype over vampires was over, and I knew it was gonna come back at some point, but it feels a bit early to come back. But I loved it, and I don't know if you noticed, but have you watched The Vampire Diaries?
Yes.
There's a lot of similar things between that movie and like the rules of a vampire cannot come into a house before somebody invites them in, or like the sun, and all of it. There's a lot of similarities with The Vampire Diaries, and I really liked it because it felt research. It felt like it was taking away from legends and stories, and that was very nice to see.
But that's the thing, you don't know where the story's going.
Yeah.
By the way, the story is about these two brothers who actually want to open a bar.
Yeah.
And so they throw the coolest party in town, and some vampires showed up, and they wanted to turn everyone into a vampire.
Yeah.
And it's also the story of this guy who wants to be a singer and who finds himself in the party singing, and he's actually the reason why the vampire found that place in the first place, because they heard him sing, and so they just followed the music, and they apparently there is also this legend that says that some songs can bring back the dead, something like that.
Yeah, that's the part that I wasn't sure about, because the main vampire was telling Sammy that, I was here, I came here, I was looking for you, I wanted you. So yeah, that makes sense now.
And everything feels like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it feels like reading a book. There is so much details, and the colors are it feels kind of old, like the footage, and it's so original. I'm thinking about this scene where Samuel's singing and you see everybody dancing, and the camera, there's no cut in the scene. The camera just keeps like following everyone, and there you can feel the energy on screen, and I remember that when I watched that scene, the theater was literally moving. Like it felt like
the music.
Yeah, like your seat was shaking, and it was just so mesmerizing, and it's been such a long time since I haven't felt that, since I haven't been amazed what I was seeing on screen.
Yeah. I really like the movie because it felt like a fun set to
Yeah.
be on. Everybody, like, it's just like vampires,
Yeah.
and like everybody's bloody and everybody's screaming and dancing and all of this. And I'm thinking about the scene after that, like the scene like the other scene with the song, and that's the best part. There's songs in the middle of the movie,
Yeah,
but it
where
just
the movie where the scene where the vampires were singing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then you see like the people dancing around and everybody's dancing in a weird way, but like it feels
Yeah.
so fun. Like I couldn't
But
help
that's
but
the
imagine
thing,
how the
like
set was.
all the vampires, they weren't like those scary people who, they were scary, but like they weren't menacing at
Yeah.
first. And even like when you watch them be like you see them being vampires and like doing their thing and everything, you feel like it's fun. Like you just looking at them and you're like, these people seem like they're having fun, so why wouldn't I join them?
Many reasons, but yeah.
And they get to live forever, so what's the problem here?
Yeah. But I felt like it was less glamorized than other vampire movies. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm someone who grew up watching the Twilight Saga. I
Yeah.
watched all of the movies. I would go to the theater to watch it. And I feel like now in hindsight, I look back at it and Twilight feels like romanticizing the vampire life. Like it's too pretty, it's too good, it's too glamorous. In this movie, you actually see the repercussions. Like I don't know, even though yes, there's some ideals, but I still feels I loved what was Smoke's ex-wife or like his partner or whatever it is. She actually like she really didn't want to be a vampire, and I feel like she was the like reason behind not wanting to become a vampire. And I like that they show you both sides. Like it's a double-edged
And you
sword.
also have Haley Steinfeld's character who actually wanted to marry. Her name was Mary, who wanted to be who ended up liking the vampire life, and it's totally understandable also.
Yeah. I don't know, did you watch the post-credit scene where Haley Steinfeld? I love that scene because I mean, the movie was a few years like back, as you said. It's the early 1900s, and then there's that scene is 1992, the last one, the post-credit scene, and we see, spoiler alert, we see Haley and the guy she wanted to date, the other twin. We see her with him, and then they're just like living their lives, and they're like fitting in the 90s. They're dressed up like 90s people.
Totally. And also it feels like this movie is not for everyone because it's just like too smart. Like, at least for me, like I had to watch it twice to understand everything that was going on. Not from a story point of view, but like more to get like what each scene tried to bring, because like the actors were so good at what they were doing and the writing was so brilliant that I felt like there were times where I felt like the director knew that everything was perfect and therefore they didn't care if the person that will watch the movie would get the point of the scene or not. So it forces you to actually like get to their level to understand it.
And there was some humor to it, and I loved it. There's a scene that just cracked me up, even though it was like a small sentence, but you know, there's twins in the movie, and one of them ends up turning into a vampire and the other doesn't, and the first twin like is trying to convince his brother to also become a vampire, and when because they're people of color, and you know, we end up finding out there's a beautiful message behind the movie. First of all, we end up finding out that the people who sold them the bar wanted to actually kill them so that they take back the bar and the money and all of it. So at the point where his like the brother is convincing his twin to turn into a vampire, and the twin shuts the door and he doesn't agree, he says no vision, and that just I found that so funny. Like no vision, he doesn't want to die, he doesn't have a vision. Who would want to be a vampire?
Michael B. Jordan, he was great in both roles, and both of the twins, they felt like two different people, and even like
it was both Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan played both.
Are you kidding me?
What? See, this is how good he was.
What? I just thought they found an actor who looks exactly like him.
Michael B. Jordan in both.
Did I? Oh my god, this went over my head. I didn't
I
even
think
notice.
so, but like
Oh my god.
it was Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Nice. So yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely
Actor.
brilliant. I haven't seen any of his movies before. I know he's a great actor, but I don't think I've seen. He does a lot of action movies, I think. We
Yes.
don't watch that many
He was
action
also in
movies.
Black Panther.
Okay.
So yeah, we worked with the same director.
Apparently, Tom Cruise is gonna be in the next Sinners.
Oh,
There
there's
will
gonna
be
be
a
next
second part.
Wow.
But I saw that online. I'm not sure, but like I saw that like they're trying to get Tom Cruise into it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, I loved Haley. I saw her talk in an interview that she never did a movie like this with this similar role, and I kind of loved it. It seemed like she was having fun. She was like she was just being a vampire, and it was so nice.
Yeah, you could see when she was dancing like her Disney background.
Yeah,
yeah,
and her Pitch Perfect background. I love her from Pitch
exactly.
Perfect. Yeah, I really like that actress. I feel like she has a very unique personality for a Hollywood actress.
And I feel like she still haven't gotten her moment.
Yeah.
I feel like she still needs to star in something like The Substance or Nora or like like the next big movie that everyone's gonna talk about.
We did review The Edge of 17 not a long time ago if you guys want to check it out, but it's one of my favorite movies for her. Yeah. I think that sums it up.
So Sinners.
Go
watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. And let us know what you think. And
please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.